Oh, Phil, you beautiful, wonderful man. That is why you do not write off this Manchester City side time and time and time and time again. They make us look like absolute fools. Manchester City 3-1 away at Everton. An absolute masterclass of a Phil Foden performance. The catalyst for that display. And I tell you what, that felt good. That felt really, 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 really good. It felt sweet. And most of all, it was needed. It absolutely was needed. Things suddenly don't feel so bad, do they? We're currently sat only 5 points off the top of the table with a game in hand. Only 3 points behind Arsenal, having played the same amount of games. It looks pretty promising for me, especially with the potential of a Haaland, De Bruyne, Doku, Diaz return. Oh, it's exciting. It's exciting, is it? Every single time this City side, man, in the space of the week, we've gone from, of course, feeling like down at the bottom to becoming Club World Cup champions. And now a masterclass of a performance away at Goodison. And whisper it quietly or shout it loudly or do somewhere in the middle like I'm doing right now. But honestly, that was actually, in the end, when you look at the big picture, a good performance. It was a really good performance away at a side that were absolutely flying right now. Everton were a good side, man. I know they're down in 17th, but their form has been good away from that deduction. And I was genuinely dreading this game of football. It was very, very difficult on paper. It really was. And in the end, what we've got is City deserved winners with 23 shots to their 7, 9 on target, XG of 2.60 to their 1. We deserved this in the end. For a performance where we basically dominated from the more or less territorially throughout the whole game. That's 85% of the game was in Man City's favour then, maybe 80% of the game. And you'll take it. You absolutely will. You absolutely will. It's one of those things where, like, there's a temptation to judge performance based off 10, 15 minutes of football. But I'm not just saying this. You can go and watch my match reaction, sorry, my watch along. I thought for the first 20 minutes we were actually pretty good. 25 minutes we were playing quite well. We were passing the ball nicely. And then we see there was stupid if some goals where Edison, Akanji, Bernardo, Rodri all faffed about and gave the ball away. This stupid position, and we conceded a goal. And the momentum of the game just sort of shifted from that moment onwards. We lost our heads a tiny bit. We couldn't keep the ball, and it felt frustrating because we've seen it a billion times. And at that point, I was thinking, we're not going to win this unless someone takes control of the game a little bit. And I said that during my watch along. I want at half time someone in the dressing room to take the game by the scruff of the neck and show them what you're made of. Just get out there and go, we're Man City, we're treble winners. I'm so buzzing, absolutely buzzing, that it was Phil Foden who did it. Like, great players, truly great players. Truly great players do special things when the team need them. And that's what Phil Foden did today in that second half. He went, no. This is my Manchester City side. This is my team. These are my club. And I'm going to sort this out. And that's what he did. He gave a man of the match performance in that second half with a rasping 20-yard into the bottom corner. But then after that, his work rate, his awareness of those around him. If you look at his stats today, some of his stuff towards the end of the game, by the way, he nearly scored 2 worldies as well. He's dribbling through the middle. There you go. Look at that, 70 touches, 94% pass accuracy, 3 key passes as well, 2 shots on target. He hit the woodwork once with an insane half volley as well. It was so good. He won 5 out of 7 ground duels as well. Just a really good performance. A really good performance from Phil Foden. He was absolutely everywhere. This man is clearly a champion. You know what I mean? Like, he clearly is a guy who's developing into this role, and I'm buzzing for him. I'm absolutely buzzing for him because he deserves it. He really does deserve it. Now, apparently, I just saw in the chat, Phil said, that Pep said to him, what was he said? Wickerman said, Pep told him at half-time, you don't wear that gold badge for nothing. Exactly, man. Exactly. I've just seen some great quotes from Phil Foden as well, and he said, "Wow, I think in the second half we blew them away with the way we played." And he said as well about playing in the middle. Said, "Long may that continue." He said he likes playing in the middle, and I like that, man. I like to hear that. He said the manager was big at half-time to keep believing. We haven't got this World Cup badge for no reason. Yeah, absolutely lovely stuff. Come on, City, man. Come on, City. And Phil, look, if you carry on playing that well, I've always said that Phil is our De Bruyne replacement. He absolutely is. He's a different kind of De Bruyne replacement, but he has some magic in his boots. He really does. And guys, come on. Get the likes up. Get the likes up for Manchester City Football Club. Get the likes up for this content. And subscribe to the channel if you're new as well. I need 80 more subscribers to get to 69,000. If we could do that by the end of tomorrow, that would be really, really good. Come on, let's get to 70k by New Year if we can do. I don't think it'll happen, but it'd be really appreciated. Give the video a like, help support a fellow Blue. But let's talk about what this game means in the context of the season, because things haven't been good for the City side. We've been drawing games, we've been dropping points, and we've been asked questions. And let's be honest, every single one of us, well, not every single one of us, some brave souls there probably still felt that this team was going to be fine, but most of us probably dropped to our knees when they scored at Everton. I was like, oh my God, we've seen this again and again and again. And I didn't doubt that we could score, by the way. I didn't doubt that we could score because we all had that. We all know that City had that potential to score. But I was thinking, this is a familiar pattern. And without Haaland, De Bruyne, Doku, whatever, Diaz, some of our best players, is it going to be difficult to turn it around? But no, the attitude and the professionalism of this City side, like, it can't be questioned. These guys are winners for a reason. And we are conceding a lot of goals. But winning your games, man. 3-1 away at Everton. It's not easy. It's not easy, you know. Everton are a very good side. They're a very good side right now. They are playing some good football. They're aggressive. They are tough to go against. It's like playing against the classic Burnley side, isn't it, under Sean Dyche? It's just aggressive, physical and tough. And to be honest, as soon as we got the equaliser, I knew we'd score a second, but I tweeted, if we don't grab a third, we will concede a second. It's as simple as that. But thankfully, we got that third, and it came from the pressing of Alvarez. Alvarez, I'm not sure if he'll get an assist or not. Does he get an assist? I don't think he does. But him closing down Pickford, Bernardo Silva with a brilliant finish. And of course, as well, Alvarez got his goal as well. And onto the penalty, I understand the frustration. I am old school with ball to hand stuff. I don't think I would give that personally. But you can't argue in today's rules that a guy with a hand above his head in the area, even if it's natural, if he's led back, it's going to be given. It's going to be given. Like, you can't deny that. It's a penalty in 2023 with the rules. And anyone arguing that it's controversial is just letting their club bias kick in. Everyone would expect that to be given for their side. Everyone would expect it. You know, and that's the thing. People are acting like it's some controversial decision. It's not at all. It just isn't. It's really obviously a penalty in 2023. And you don't even have to like it to admit that. And I don't really like the handball rules. I think players get punished for very natural things all the time. I don't think he meant to handball that. No, I think he threw himself at the ball to try and block it desperately, and his arm came up. But, you know, but that's football these days. The rules say that's a penalty. And it's a pretty obvious and fair application of the law in that instance. So you're being bitter to claim otherwise. You can go, well, this one wasn't given the other day. I don't care. I understand the calls for consistency, but that doesn't mean this one wasn't. You know what I mean? Absolutely not. So I'll take it. I'll absolutely take it. And I'm very happy about that. We're very happy. We're very happy with that performance today. Look, City are in a good position right now. Once again, just the 5 points behind Liverpool with the game in hand. It could be 2 points. Only 3 points behind Arsenal. These teams having incredible seasons, apparently. We've got a run of fixtures right now. You look at the matches coming up. You know, they are reasonably favourable. Sheffield United at home. We've got, obviously, Huddersfield in the Cup. But then, by mid-January, hopefully De Bruyne back, Newcastle away. Now, Newcastle aren't playing great right now. But still, Newcastle away is tough, but you hopefully can win that. You got Burnley, Brentford, Everton, Copenhagen, then Chelsea at home, Bournemouth, then United at home. There's a bunch of games that feel very winnable that could hopefully get a bit of a streak going there. And if we do, look, with De Bruyne coming back, you never know, man. You never know. Don't write this City side off. We've all should have learned our lessons by now. If you haven't, we've not been paying attention enough, have we? And it's our fault, you know? It's our fault. Oh, I love this club. I love this club. We do not always do it the easy way, but it makes it satisfying. And I don't know if we turned the corner, but that 3 points against Everton today, instead of conceding a late second, we went and scored a third. And that is big. That is big. Absolutely big. The sad news is that John Stones has been seen leaving Goodison Park with a protective boot around his foot. John Stones could be out for a while. Yeah, not good at all. Absolutely not good. just blow after blow on that front. But I got to say, though, I thought Akanji had a really good second half, so I'll give him credit there. For me, looking at the City side right now, you go back to the game, you go back to the players and how he played. I don't think Núñez looked like the answer in midfield right now. I think Núñez looked a little bit lost. I think he's a good player, but I keep saying this. Núñez, to me, is potential in this City side. He's not the finished product. And I really think Kovacic looks way more at home. Kovacic alongside Rodri just makes sense with Phil giving a license to just go at people. I thought Jack had an excellent game, by the way. Jack Grealish, particularly in the first half. Second half was more a diligent performance from Jack Grealish. But in the first half, Jack was absolutely excellent. He was so aggressive, running at people, getting his shots off, trying to make things happen. Jack, look, more of that, mate. And Jack, lovely, lovely stuff from Jack Grealish. Guys, by the way, please like the video once again. Over 200 people watching, 60 likes. And if you consider subscribing to the channel, it would be massively appreciated. But yeah, Jack, excellent. Phil, just special towards the end of the game in particular. When City needed a leader. Look, Phil Foden, is he 23 years old, I think? He's only 23 years old, Phil Foden, which is just wild, you know? 23 years old. He won't be 24 until essentially the end of the season. He's so young still. He's so young, but what he's achieved in football is ridiculous already. But I think we're seeing the signs of him already because of his experience in the game, becoming a bit of a leader. Mike Minay from the BBC made a good point on Twitter before. He said that Phil now is becoming quite a senior player in this team now. He's the one that gets players going a little bit. He's constantly leading and talking to the players, and he's the first to help celebrate a goal and so on. And that stuff matters because it's about morale, it's about confidence, it's about being a band of brothers. Right now, Phil is in excellent form, and Phil is one of the more senior players in this team, despite only being 23 years old. And that, to me, you know, that stuff does matter. It does. Lovely stuff from Phil Foden tonight, and this is the kind of game that could be the start of something a little bit special, man. You never know. And I agree with Dennis. It felt like a stepping stone for a potential winning streak, and who knows? Hopefully, we get some good news on De Bruyne, Haaland, and so. And then they come back. All of a sudden, the bench looks different. All of a sudden, it looks full. All of a sudden, things look encouraging, don't they? Come on, City. Come on, City. I needed that. You guys needed that. It was good fun. Up the Blues. You know, we can route this team out if you want to, but, you know, I think they've got something special going here. I think they really have. I think they've got... look, we've just been crowned Club World Champions, and that is why we're champions. That is why we're champions. I'm very, very happy and very, very, very relieved. Kevel, yeah, I can do a fan view, mate. I wasn't going to because I'm quite tired, but I think I will do one. I'll probably just limit it to half an hour, so I probably won't get to everyone on it, but I will do a fan view. Guys, lovely stuff. We needed that. I'll be live again in about 5 minutes for the fan view. Do you know, I might start the fan view now when I'm chatting to you guys. Look, if we're talking about man of the matches, it has to be Phil Foden. Phil Foden, absolutely excellent. Like, he seems to be stepping up like more and more, in my opinion. Like, people talk about Phil Foden ghosting and whatever, and I think he's quietly having one of the best seasons of his career. I think he actually is, and that's the thing for me. I'm watching Phil Foden right now, and I'm seeing a special footballer who's probably realising just how good he is as well. I think for a long time, Phil has been sort of like the backup, so to speak, in the centre to behind De Bruyne and Silva and so on. But Phil has that magic to his game, and I want to see him continue to be the main man. Phil, if you're watching this, and do you know what? As a matter of fact, I know Phil does watch these videos every now and then. I know, in fact, me and Phil chatted a few times. Phil, I love you, and Pep is absolutely right with everything he's done, but just be that guy. And that sounds crazy, but just think, fuck it, I'm Phil Foden. I'm going to win this game on my own. Because you can do. Kev does it. David Silva did it in his own way, and you can do it too. And you know that. And I think he used to do it a little bit more than he used to. But right now, Phil, just start going for it, man. Start going for it. The confidence of those two shots towards the end. Martin in the chat is right now. The rasper there. Like, you've got it. Just go for it. Dribble. Create. Obviously, keep the ball as well. But just, I don't tell you how to do your job, mate. But thank you, Phil. Like, you are us out there on the pitch. I'm buzzing. Absolutely buzzing. I think that was much needed. And I'm a very, very, very happy man. Very happy man. We needed that tonight. We really did. And fingers crossed we can take that kind of this confidence, this form potentially into something different now, because like we need a run of games, because I don't think Arsenal and Liverpool have the bottle to stand up to Manchester City if we start winning games. That's the thing for me. Like, if we get on a run of games, they will collapse because we are better than them if we get going. I don't know if it'll happen or not, but if we do, that is scary times for everyone else. It really is. We have the potential. We do have the potential. Guys, thank you very much for watching this video. I will be live in a few minutes' time for the Fan View Live. If you are like Pete, Wicker, Kevel, Ash, you guys, the members, the patrons or whatever, if you want to join me, Odin as well, John, get your headphones on and I'll be live in 5 minutes' time. For now, that's a masterclass of film performance and much needed. In a bit, come on you Blues. See you live in 5.